This is South Korea, and most people didn't knew much about South Korea a few decades ago, and many people did not knew it existed a few decades ago. But nowadays, everybody knows what South Korea is and what is it popular for. Until and unless you are living under a rock. Hallyu, a Chinese word which is written as this, literally means Korean wave. But I still wonder why a Chinese word was used to talk about a Korean thing. Whatever, let's move on to the topic, which is what is Hallyu? Hallyu includes everything that South Korea exports as its entertainment industry, which includes pretty much everything from movies, dramas, K-pop, anything you can think of. Not anything, but mostly everything. So where did all of this start from? Was it BTS? No, it did not start with BTS. This actually started with PSY's Gangnam Style,
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
which hit 100 million views in just 51 days. If you would be thinking 51 days is a huge time, it's not. At that time, 51 days was not a big deal. The big deal was 100 million views. But nowadays, BTS broke that record. BTS did 101 million views in the song Dynamite in just 24 hours, whereas Butter, BTS's another song, broke its own record doing 108.2 million views in just 24 hours. In a report published by the Korean Creative Content Agency, it said the Korean economy has grown $5 billion with just the music industry. Now let's talk about the efforts that are made by the fans. First, let's start with the wordings. There are some common words that are used by mostly every K-pop fan that are like Oppa, Daebak and Sarange. And there are complicated ones too, which I cannot pronounce. They're popping in front of the screen right now. And these are hard words. Now let's talk about the most important topic, which is people learning the Korean language. So 2 decades ago, there were just 163 people that were learning Korean, whereas now there are 14,000 people learning it, and there is also a longer waiting list. And the same thing happened with the app called Duolingo. The most popular language learning app was pressurized to launch this Korean language because it was so much in demand. As soon as it launched the Korean language, there were 200,000 people that joined instantly. In 2020 August, Big Hit Education, which is like a side business kind of a thing of Big Hit Entertainment, launched its own Learn Korean with BTS, which was BTS members teaching Korean. Wow. And the same thing was done by VTV, which is like a cable operating channel or something, and they released a K-language school which also taught Korean in 10 different languages, which included Chinese, Thai, Malay, Russian, Urdu, Spanish and more. But this really shows how much people were interested in learning the language. As I was watching this blog post, it said that fan translators translate nearly everything from tweets to lyrics to interviews, and Big Hit usually translates most of its music videos and V-Live content within the days of it being posted. So if all of these efforts are being made in order to make the language more accessible, why do people still learn Korean? Many say it's for the sake of making better connection with the idols. I don't really know the answer. If you know the answer, write it down in the comment sections below